Going well. I can't complain. We started fairly early. Um, we were fortunate enough to keep our import here. So Chris David stayed after the Worlds and did not leave. So as soon as like the next day of their last game, sinundo ko na siya and then straight to his condo. But preparation has been going well. It's with me being new with the team, the time is what's important. Time together, time for them to understand what it is that we are going to implement. Everything, system, culture. So I'm happy that we had the time because we know that's going to be a continuous improvement as we progress. Doing well. Yeah. So again, he's a true professional. He understands, the responsibilities on his shoulders in regards to, being that lone import. Sanay din siya kasi where he's played in Puerto Rico, where there's a couple other imports that he's with. Sorry. Christian David. Okay. All right. Take two. Our rookie's doing well. Christian David. We're happy with him because we know that he really has a lot to give for us. One thing we've learned is, not only is he a good player, but he's really a good kid. Very humble, works hard. Actually, a little bit more on the quiet side, so we're trying to get him to become a little bit more loose. But like I said, that the players have done a great job in making him feel welcome. I can't ask for anything more. We only know he's going to improve and get better as we progress. Once he understands how it is to play in the PBA, how to compete in the PBA, we believe he's going to be something special.
Is his previous injury, coach, not a concern?
It's not a concern anymore. So thank God for that. So the due diligence that we did prior to the draft was to really assess him medically. What we found out was, especially his second ACL, what we found out was the rehab and the treatment after could have been better, no? So medyo kulang siya in regards to that. Tapos feeling ko nabigla siya because right away, soon after, he signed with the Korean team and played there. So, syempre, when he got there, the expectation was, you're an import, so you have to perform. So we don't have time to wait for you. So they were a little impatient there, but we're happy because we understood that. And when we drafted him, we also made the decision to be committed to him in regards to helping him get stronger, help him through a little bit more rehab, and really just strengthening. So yun lang yung biggest issue niya is really just strengthening. And like I said, the more time he's with us, the better he'll be.
He can play right away.
Yes, he'll be able to play right away.
How do you see your chances in the commissioners?
Well, I'm excited to be honest with you. So I would give us, I always answer that question saying that if you're not here to try to win a championship, then why be here? No? So are we far from other teams? Some may say, is there a need for, a tweak in the lineup? Maybe. Is there a need for them to get to know me better? Yeah, of course. But like I said, us coming in every day and working hard and maximizing how we can improve, and hopefully sustaining that and establishing an improved culture. Parati ko sinasabi kasi there's a need on this team to have an improved culture. And when we establish that, we have good players. We have a good mix of veterans and young guys. So it's really just us, performing at a higher level so that we can have that conference that we want.
Coach, where are you now in what you're saying as in the improved culture now? Where are you now, especially after yung sa Converge off-season na I think you did well, right? You won 2 games.
Right.
Where are you
Well,
now
Well, even before that, Ruben, we played 4 games. So, sorry, 3 games before that. So, naka-total 6 games na kami. So, when I actually use that analogy to the players, saying, if this was a real conference, we are already halfway through the conference now. So, we learned a lot during the 6 games, and I think that's why it's smart for, I guess, all the teams doing the same thing, making sure you get games under your belt, because you get a better feel, you get to prepare even better, and that's what happened to us. Where we are in regards to our improved culture, I'm happy because, again, compared to 3 months ago, there has been a drastic change in just the discipline and the understanding of what it is we're expecting, lalo na when it comes to system. The guys are coming in understanding what it is that we want from them. And to me, once that becomes a habit and it becomes a norm, then they can just play freely. And that's what we're trying to achieve. So, so far so good. So far so good.
Sila Pwede right na nasa PBA pa kasi there are plans to sign them after their season is over.
Correct. We're actually really high on James. James K. Hindi ko masabi kasi last name niya. Kanlas na lang. Sabi ko, we are a little, we're excited with him. Every once in a while, it happened only twice so far, but hope, pag may free day siya, he comes to practice. And we limit what he can do kasi we don't want him getting injured. But, just going through drills and going up and down with the guys, we're excited about him. It's not often that you're able to draft a 6'9" guy. Yes, he's a project, and he still has to learn how to play in our league, but I think he can be someone that's going to be very useful for us in the future. And then even Archie Concepcion, he's one I'm really intrigued about. In all honesty, hindi ko pa siya nakakita as much as I'd like to. Nakadalawang ensayo na siya sa amin, so there's only been 2 practices, but we really like his potential. So him being able to crack the line, we'll see. But again, we have a core of young talent that we're excited to insert in our lineup, but that's moving forward in the future.
After NC,
Most likely after NC na. His number 1 priority is his school now. So sabi namin, focus ka muna dyan. Same thing with James, same thing with Archie. So however far you reach, good luck to you. Hope you do well. And then as soon as they're ready, then they'll be able to join us 100% of the time.
How would you describe this new job of yours? Kasi dahil mo nang napasok ang coaching job, you came to Alaska and then you took over Converge after the 6th sale.
Yeah.
Even with Ginebra. How would
Yeah.
you describe this Blackwater job? How unique is this one from the previous jobs?
How unique is it? I'd like to answer that by saying that muna the opposite. There's a lot of similarities with Converge and even Alaska. And I say that because one, it being, an independent team. Ginebra was my first stint, a really different experience there. We know the expectation of that team, and we know how big the fan base is there. So too bad it didn't last as long as we wanted. But when I think about the last 3, especially Alaska, Converge, going into this team, there's a lot of similarities in regards to, us needing to, rely on development from within, us relying on our young potential, hopefully up and coming stars already level up. So yun, the same yun. The fact that you don't have too many of the superstars on your team. I actually, to be honest with you, when I was talking to my coaches, we can easily compare and say that just lineup wise, and compared to player by player, because we have a guy like Troy. I don't think I've ever had a guy that with his level. him being able to be that elite na Gilas level that has the experience and that has the ability to carry the team. So in some ways or not, and we'll see moving forward, but this could be even a better team from the past two that I've coached. So of course, that's the goal. We always want to be better, but that's how I see it.
Coach, talking about Troy, we've seen during the PBA tour na parang bumabalik na yung confidence niya. Can you talk about the role na kaya niya ibigay for Blackwater this season?
I mean, Troy's our guy. He's our main guy, and he knows that. When I first took over, he was the first one I spoke to. Siya yung una kinausap ko in regards to understanding what his role is going to be. Because, every team has it. Everyone has that go-to, that star level talent that needs to be a leader on and off the court. And I told him, Troy, it's you. This is your team. So you have to be able to carry the load and understand what's expected of you. So I know last year he was hurt by injuries, no? Medyo nahirapan siya to recover from that, but he has a clean bill of health now. He's looking good at practice, looking good in the tune-up games. So we foresee him again just leading us, leading that charge for us.
Coach, follow up on that.
Yeah.
You mentioned Troy being at the Gilas level. You mentioned. Do you think he is in that level again? He's been out of Gilas for a while, but with his health now,
Right.
Okay,
I think so. I really do. So there's a lot of trust and belief in him, not just from me, but also from the coaching staff. For whatever reason, I guess you can say the drop in his performance, I want to attribute that mainly because of the injuries. So now that he's recovered, there's been time for him to kind of work on his skills again, and because of the time before the opening, he's able to fine tune a lot of his skills again, and more than anything, I think he's just feeling good. Iba yung you're feeling good and you're feeling healthy, and sometimes when you're feeling something and you have tweaks here and there, or minor injuries here and there, you can't perform and do the things na gusto mo eh. So, I've always said as long as he stays healthy, then he's gonna have a great year.
Coach, you mentioned Troy Rosario, but can you talk about the improvement or the progression of Basera as Blackwater's floor general for most of the minutes for the Bossing?
Right. So what's interesting about Base is I'm still really getting to know him. I'm getting to know what makes him go, So that relationship part is crucial. Also, me coming in as a new player, I've never been able to coach Base, but he is someone that, of course, I've coached against so many many years. He's really taken on the responsibility and really confident in how he approaches things. So again, he's someone that we're going to rely on, and he is the vet, and it is his time, and that's what we expect from him. So understanding where he is in his career, how many years he's played in the PBA. For me, eto na yung prime niya. So when you're in your prime, it's crucial that you show up, and he knows that, and and he understands that. So that he's going to be one guy that we're going to rely on heavily.